Good morning. I am higher vibrations and so are you. And there has been a lot of increased energy that we've been having for the past couple of days. I'm going to show a couple of graphs soon. Though in the meantime, I want to introduce my guest and just kind of let you guys know, though, that yeah, there's a lot of energy happening right now. The Schumann's been all acting interesting. The sunspots are causing a lot of energy. We're got a lot coming on. So if you're feeling some kind of way, I know I've been having a lot of physical sensations. We'll go over that topic in a little bit. In the meantime, I want to introduce my lovely guest, Amanda. Amanda, I've been talking with Amanda on and off for a while now. It seems like it's been longer than
Yeah.
2 years, but
Yeah, I think
it's
three. Three.
okay. So, and this is I'm so proud of you for coming on. You know, a lot of us have stories to share and experience that most of us don't even know that the reason we're inspired is because it assists ourselves as well as others in the audience. And so I'm just so excited that you chosen to come on. And I want to say welcome. How are you?
Good. Feeling the energies, definitely. Well, some of which my nerves coming on here. But definitely the energies are a lot.
Yeah.
And Jackson here, he's just popping in to say hi.
Here you can see closer on my hair.
From a 10-year-old's perspective here.
Thank you for introducing him. I was hoping you would. There's like everybody has different mama rules, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He's always attached at my hip. So
Yeah.
if you get me, he's usually right, not far behind.
I totally agree with you. I'm the same way. It's kind of fun how that works actually, because you don't ever have to, it just is. That's just how, my daughter's recently started to change that actually just a bit. She's getting into that. Like she's wants more time on herself, by herself, which I love for her, but also it's like, yeah, I gotta like figure out what to do different now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you just kind of right off the front, just to get, some perspective I know you've been on this journey for a really long time, right? You've been like in this awakening and I'm going to ask you about parenting too at some point. Which would you rather? What happened and what it's like to be a parent of somebody who's also very aware of the frequencies and things like that? Or would you like to first discuss your awakening story?
Well, whichever. I mean, I feel like I was kind of born awake, but I put myself back to sleep.
Yeah.
I was a very aware child. But I had so much energy. I think that it was difficult on my family because they didn't know what to do with me. But thankfully, like my mom didn't put me on the medications that they typically give kids. But to fit in pretty much, I changed my personality and it turned into actually a drinking problem. And that's another thing that I'm 3.5 years sober from. So that kind of put a big brick in my awakening. So kind of paused it.
Wow. That's a really common story too. So I'm really happy you brought this story up. Many people will find themselves because we're in an extra sensory world. And as an awakening person, you're very sensitive, to all of that. And so a lot of us will choose substances to quiet for some time and then finding yourself maybe a little farther down than you wanted to go. I'm so proud of you for making that choice. Sorry, go on. Excuse me.
Thank you. Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, I think, and then spirit just was like, you're waking up. And mine was pretty wild, like where like I was in my addiction and basically spirit was like, you're getting out of this. So I kind of started coming back online. I started hearing spirit and following it. And I've been isolating for the past 3 years, I would say. When I quit drinking, I just realized, because I kept trying and failing, going to the hospital, going through the programs. and it wouldn't stick. So I isolated myself completely from everyone. In fact, this is like the first time I'm even really talking to people about it. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that honor. I really appreciate that. Like, you have such a I connect with your energy. Like, you feel you are a familiar energy to me, meaning that
Yeah.
I'm glad we've found each other again. And for you to honor me by
Same.
being this, your coming out party, as it were, kind of show. It's really,
Yeah.
really awesome. So thank you.
Thank you for being a place that I feel so comfortable to do this.
Of course. Yeah. There's and a lot of kinship with that too. Like, we'll find ourselves, like, over time throughout this incarnation, we'll do a different things. It's basically survival mechanisms. We'll find ways to blend in, to become our environment and the people around it in some ways,
Yeah.
to cope, and so I guess, what was it like? Like, what was the first step to re-embracing the spiritual side again? Like, or maybe, I don't know if you can remember what the first step was, but that phase.
Well, it never really left me, I would say. I was
Mm,
just muting it the best I can
yeah.
because it was weird. Like I would get really drunk and start reading the Bible, like, and just be so I kind of would mix the two, which made me look even more insane. So, yeah.
That's really common too. That's why I'm not laughing at you. I promise. I will never do
Yeah, I know.
that.
Oh, you can. I laugh at myself all the time.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I would say everybody is awake when they were born, and that some moment of trauma or something that happens stops that flow for whatever reason. Though, I think that part of it is so we can have the human experience, because we're high frequency souls, basically, or energies that chose to come down and experience this. And so, if we missed some of the humanness, then the human experience, then we wouldn't have gotten the whole package. So, I'm glad that you did get to do that.
Yeah, I think my soul chose to do every single thing. So, and I hope
Yeah.
I'm done now. Like, try everything.
Little this, little that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then my guides are like, "Whoa, not that far."
I've,
Hmm.
I've been really
And
wanting a pet. I've been
what do
wanting
you
a turtle.
a turtle?
Good.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
don't
favorite
believe
part
you
about
want a
turtles?
turtle.
What do you like the most about turtles?
I don't know. They're not very kind of hard to take care of like a dog.
Yeah.
I've been wanting a dog. They're too hard to take care of.
They take a lot of
That's
work. Well, turtles are
Someday
really
we'll
cool
see.
too. It's a symbol of Mother Earth too, right? So that's really cool.
Yeah,
The true Earth.
like
Huh?
animals. We have 3 cats already, so that's enough
Right.
for now till I get a farm.
Well, let's manifest a turtle at some point. That would be fun, wouldn't it? That, or something
Yeah.
like that. If that's an alignment for Mama, you know. But
Last week it was a bearded dragon, so we'll see.
there's a lot of symbolism behind the different animals he's picking out too. If you like, the bearded dragon
Yeah.
is the lizard. The lizard says is the throat chakra. The throat chakra tells us to speak our truth. And in fact, guess what? The Schumann was doing starting at 10 p.m. I'm going to show you this. So if you can even see, is so starting right here at 10 p.m. we started to get this huge frequency. But look at this bar right here. Do you see that line that goes straight across right there? And it's really
Oh
strong
yeah.
right here. This is throat chakra, higher heart throat chakra. And so
Oh
a
wow.
lot of people,
Time for
isn't that, sorry, go ahead. I can't
yeah.
see you. Please speak. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
That's
keep
wild.
cutting you off.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Feel like I'm cutting you off.
Oh, no. I just couldn't see you for a moment. So because I was in the window of the photo. So yeah, it's pretty amazing what we got going on here. And then there's actually one more I'm going to show. And then just to kind of give you guys the idea of what's going on here. We also have this crazy, here it is, sunspot that looks, it's the symbolism of the shading is also very like, it's got this twist and turn that reminds me very much of like this. It looks like a lizard. It looks like a lizard on there. And you know what else? And the symbol of lizard is throat chakra. Brother Lizard says, "Speak your authentic truth and be liberated." That's the quote from the totem book that I read from, you know? And so it's just a thing, you know? Oh no, I don't know how to turn that off. I hit it instead of clicking to turn off the sharing. How do you unshare? There it goes. We were stuck for a second there.
There's a crystal
So, you
that
know,
we have that.
Here, let's. Oh, he wanted to show you this crystal that we have.
oh wow. That's amazing. You know what? I cannot believe the odds of you guys having the same ones I have. No, this can't be the same one, can it? Oh no, it's different. It's different. It's different.
It's pretty
I was
dang
like,
close.
what?
That's
It's very close. Yeah,
with the little speck on the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We have a lot of crystals.
Yeah, we got lots of crystals. I got my throat chakra one up right now to help open my throat chakra.
Awesome.
Here's this one. This is mine. This one looks like a pool. See in there.
Wow. Yeah, that's beautiful. What's that one called?
I don't really know.
I'm not sure. I'm not really good with the names of them. I'm just like, that's pretty.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, like, I mean, I know the colors are associated with the chakras. It's really easy to do that, though. You know, like, oh yeah, the blue one is blue chakra, is throat chakra kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Jack said he'll be back. Careful.
So, regarding the throat chakra stuff, you know, a lot of us have been experiencing this for a little while, but I've been hearing it more and more lately. And I kind of want to just talk about the garlic thing real quick because that's something I just discovered. I think it'll help. Yeah, I thought it was wrong. Amethyst too. Thank you, Chef Deb. I wasn't sure. And it's always fun if they know, because then you can give them the chance to tell you about it.
Yeah.
I did this garlic regimen, whatever thing. And it's taking a clove of garlic, like cut it up into little pieces, like small enough that you can swallow like a pill. And then swallowing that, you know, you can eat throughout if you really want to. And do that every 30 minutes for like 4 hours before you go to bed. And I did that. When I woke up, all of a sudden I had all these like blackhead kind of things on my neck, like where it was easy to like just kind of like go like this and kind of sweep at my neck, basically, of like all these. And it was drawing it out of my throat chakra specifically. I'm also getting a lot of stuff on the right side of my head right now, getting pushed out. Like I've got these bulbous, there's stuff coming out, you know?
Yeah. And the same.
It's fascinating. It was around the throat chakra. You're right. And you were saying that you're having this throat chakra stuff, and like, what gave you that that oomph to decide to come on the show and to use your throat chakra?
Well, I had actually partially Jay Zoltan when he was channeling, and that I was searching for a question of like what question could I ask, and that's been the main thing of because like I mean I haven't even been able to make friends since I have been sober. I mean I had a job which I just quit, but I couldn't really connect with people, and it would feel like I would try to speak and it would feel like somebody was choking me, like
Yeah.
stopping it. So yeah, I asked Jay, and then you offered, and I was like, perfect. And I've been planning on your show being the first person I come to forever. I've emailed you, but then things kept happening. He broke his arm and then he broke it again. And then, I mean, it was just one thing after another for us. So I was like, okay, maybe not right now,
Yeah. That's awesome, though. I mean, you're always welcome. You're always invited. I'm so happy that you decided to take that opportunity and say yes to that. Yeah, that it's actually a fascinating, really fun little quip is that I had somebody lined up and last minute they just weren't feeling well, and I don't usually get someone stop saying they can't do the show in such short notice. So I was like, oh, like what do I do? And then you said that you wanted to do that. And I was like, right. It was the timing was aligned exactly how it was supposed to be, you
Ooh,
know?
I shocked myself actually. I sent that message and then you went and I was like, whoa, what did I do? I think spirit like bypassed my throat chakra or something. Went right to my fingertips, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm so proud of you. And, there's been a couple of things that we've talked about. And so I don't mean to leading you into a thing, but I wanted to ask you, that there was a couple of things you specifically wanted to discuss today. And do you want to kind of explore some of those things, or should I like just kind of guide you along in the conversation? Would you like to do?
Oh, yeah, guide it and we'll let spirit take over, however, because you're really good at that. So
Okay. Well, first of all, I wanted to say I'm so proud of you and I can see what you've done. I see you. I know that a lot of the past little while has been a weird ride for everybody. I mean, to get sober in 2023, was it when you got sober? 2022, something like that? Like, that's like
yeah,
3 years ago. It's 2026 now, but it's the
yeah,
beginning part of 2026.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
22.
that
It was 2020.
right. Wow, what a time to get sober for. Like, I've talked to people who've been going through menopause, puberty, you know, pregnancy, all these crazy, and like of the people who choose to embody now and to do that kind of stuff right now is like that's a hardy soul right there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Oh no.
come here.
Okay, how's it go?
If I disappear, then I'll be right back, I promise. I didn't mean to freak you out. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Um,
Like, oh no.
yeah, I just said, oops, you lost connection. I'm like, what? Oh, speaking of, this is kind of a side topic real fast. Did you guys know about the outage that happened last time? Did anyone notice it? Because there was YouTube, Facebook, uh, Google, Roku, Amazon Web Services, a whole bunch of different things all went out at the same time, aligned with that
Oh wow.
lunar eclipse or solar eclipse energy and the Ramadan and hey, it's 222 and the Chinese New Year and there's just that was also Mardi Gras, like so much was happening all at the same time and then it just crashed, you know.
Dang.
But yeah, so and then Mercury's going retrograde the day that it's conjuncting Venus, so that's going to be a funny thing on the 26th.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to detract. That had to do with my connectivity. I was saying something else. I'm sorry. I lost my line, my train of thought for a minute there. Um, so going through all of those, like the awakening, that part of the awakening while you're in your sobriety, because of course we know you were always awake, though you're joining back into your awakening and becoming sober with a young one. What was that experience like for you? Like that was just a beautiful thing that you've done.
Just like I said, isolating and only talking to spirit. Like,
Right.
one of I've had a few NDEs, or in what do you say, near death experiences. Most of them I put myself there, and that was one big one. Was where I woke up, and like hearing, breathe, breathe, Amanda, breathe, and I gasped, and that was kind of my reawakening moment. Uh, the most awake since I was a kid. And I kind of had like all the memories come back to me. And I could just hear spirit, like as if you and I are talking right now. And
Yeah.
it was wild. I would shut it off and then return it back on. Like, and then it just got to where that's all I would talk to. And I followed it. I followed it like to a T. And that's what got me through. God got me through. Archangel Michael, like my team, like it's my team. It's not me. Trust me.
Oh,
So,
wow. What an experience. Okay, I have a question, but first I gotta ask this question for Chef Deb. She wants to know, is she Chef Amanda?
oh, hi. I was. So that's another thing is I kept doing different jobs. My last job was a chef, or like I had a chef. I cooked at a restaurant called Cooper's Hawk. And yeah, so I did that for 3 years. Before that, I made batteries for Tesla. I was a hairdresser for several years. I worked in a freezer. Like I have so many hats that I've saved, even of different like job positions that I've tried because I could never like I would be in and out of places. It was weird. It was like I was there just for whatever to sweep through there, you know. And that's
Yeah.
now I'm just doing his homeschool, and I have time now to work on me, you know. So
Hi, I'm back. I got slices. Got 2 slices of bread and a cup of cranberry juice.
All right. Cranberry juice is awesome.
oh, good job.
That's-
Some tea.
yeah.
Here.
Are you in
It tastes
Michigan?
very good.
Oh. Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in Arizona.
She's trying to
Oh, hi,
figure out
Chef
if you're
Deb. What is she trying to figure?
She was trying to. I think she's trying to see if you're somebody that were. Did you call yourself Chef Amanda in the audience before?
Oh, yes, because you guys totally helped me through. I would watch your videos, and I would talk to Chef Deb too
Yeah. Okay.
through all that.
It's
Yeah,
so
I'm just putting the
fun.
name.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you who it was. I guess I'm sorry.
Oh, now
Yeah,
I can
it's
see it up there.
yeah. I pull them up when they. I try to not click on the ones when people are talking to each other, and sometimes it's not always clear, and so I will pull it up. There's also a lot of thanks to you. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing your story. And Josh has actually says that he was the one that was supposed to come on today, and he wasn't able to. And he said he's glad that it didn't.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Okay. Wow. Weird. Don't know what's going on, guys. Anyway,
I-
But Josh was saying I was supposed to come on the show today, but I'm glad it didn't work out on my end, so that Amanda could have the space to open up, and that's pretty
Thank
cool.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super glad that you all have this cool community in the chat, I was going to ask you some, because a lot of us have is what you're talking about, where we have a varied experience. We do different jobs, Jill of all trades kind of concept, like because we never really fit. The glove isn't quite our size or
Yeah.
something like that. And the fact that you've found a way to be at home schooling your child is something else I really relate to. And I was wondering if we could talk about that a little bit.
Oh, yeah. See, everything happened not easily for me.
Yeah.
So it started that he broke his arm, and then he broke it again and had to have surgery. And the school that's near us, they wanted him to walk to school, and it was a mile. And he was 9 years old, and I was like, no way. So it turned into where I had to pull him out for safety issues. But I'm so happy. I was scared to do it. You actually helped me seeing that there were other mothers doing that. You're probably the reason I ended up doing it, because I was worried about going against what was right for him, and when it got to down to his safety and other things that were coming up in the school, I was like, I don't care what anybody says. He's safer with me, and
Yeah.
that's where it started. And
That's
he's doing good. He's reading better now. They were wanting to put him in like autistic programs and stuff like that, and he wasn't getting any better. So he
Yeah.
just needed the one-on-one time.
That's so cool. What a great story. So how's it been so far as a parent, as a teacher in this situation? Has it like because the beginning is kind of a weird transition. There's that whole like, oh, am I doing the wrong thing and all that kind of stuff.
I'm still doing that. I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
I'll go back and forth between like, oh, it's whatever, we're unschooling, to back to where like, I think we should be reading or doing math or something, like, it's like not knowing like where that balance is. And I'm finding that you can really teach the best just in life, like taking him to the grocery store, showing him how to use the debit card, teaching him about real life problems that I dealt with, or in communication, or different things like that.
Yeah.
And it's going good so far. I'm open to suggestions still.
Awesome. Yeah.
I
I'm so proud of you for doing that. There's the main thing I could say to anybody that's listening and wondering about this is that for me, it's about learning to listen to the child as the teacher in a lot of ways too, because the concept. I think that Nurple said that. Yeah, we don't call it homeschooling. We call it unschooling, and I kind of see it as like two different categories too, from depending on region. I'm sure. Though, as you're doing this with your child, you realize that their interest can be more focused on for you. Like you can see what Maddie's really obsessed with planets and space and engineering kind of stuff. So that's something that I've not pushed on her. She's really shown interest. And so over time, we've gravitated toward these types of things. She's also very artistic. So there's a lot of like art demonstration and classroom time. Luckily, I was that person I was granted a full scholarship that I decided not to take for an art school when I was coming out of high school. But point being,
cool.
it's about listening and seeing what they are interested in. And often, if they've been in the public school situation for some time, it's often will take up to a year to kind of unschool them, right? And like
Okay.
to allow them to learn that they don't have to raise their hand to go to the bathroom or to think, you know. So it's a process. So how long you been doing it?
This year, it kind of happened in relation to everything else, like me leaving the job, his broken arm. It lined up perfectly. So it's all new. It feels like everything's new right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just would like to say that what you're doing is something that is huge. And yeah, some parts that feel kind of like you're doing something that's off or whatever. Just follow the flow and you'll see. Let him be your guide, but also remembering it's kind of an interesting dance because then you have another hat. Speaking of hats, like you said before, now you're the teacher too, but you've always been for your child in some ways. So it's just a different layer of it, and he'll guide you though, is what I was getting at.
I'm learning things about him that I didn't even realize, like that I didn't know. That's another thing too, that like when they're in school, I don't know. I've just learned so much more about him.
Yeah.
Which makes it easier to, teach, of course.
Yeah.
Cute bird out.
And then you can see what his real interests are and how he's,
Yeah.
reacting to the world. I love what Turple Nurple just said too. We can learn without the Pavlov dog style. It's conditioning, classical conditioning or training.
Yeah.
School is all about conditioning more than learning nowadays, which a prison system and the public school system are twin flames.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The very side.
What was that?
What was it?
I said the cute bird outside.
Oh, cute bird outside. We feed the birds out here, and they sit on our wall waiting for us.
Oh, that's fun. I love birds. You're over you say you're in Colorado?
No, Arizona.
Arizona, sorry. I know you were near the four corners the way I look at the four corners in my head. And so yeah, it has a lot of really cool stuff over in that area that I haven't got to see for a while. Bird wise. I mean, so I bet you guys get all kinds of cool stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, they got names and everything.
Right on.
Not the appropriate names. We name them our own names.
Good. So, I was curious, since you were kind of throughout your life, you've been aware of the awakening, though the things about spirit or energy and things, and maybe not knowing the words for them, and just like me, you push snooze a lot, right? I wanted to bring this up because I'm really glad you mentioned it. So many of us have done this in our lives, and I'm finding more and more people concerning themselves with it, concerned that if they've pushed snooze, that they might have lost their spot in the ascension, as it were. And I was wondering if we can kind of explore what it was like for you when you came back. Like, you picked up where you left off for the most part, right? Each time when you unsnooze the button.
I feel like I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of different situations that I've been in, to where I'm hoping that I can help other people someday that have, gone through these things. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. And you are now. I really appreciate you being on the show. I know it's kind of a funny thing to do. And so of all the different things that you've learned to do, because I don't know, here's what I'm getting at, I guess, is that sometimes all of us push snooze, even in today. Like maybe when you were talking to the mailman, you know what I mean? There's a snooze, or kind of like pull ourselves back a little bit. And I know that there's a lot of self judgment coming through right now. I think that imposter syndrome is meant to be healed, this corridor.
Yeah.
This huge energetic corridor we're in until the 3rd, and I feel like it has a lot to do with that, the purging of these old belief systems and paradigms. And like, I guess I'm you saying a lot more needless words than I need to. Mainly, what I'm asking is, um, in an energy of knowing, feeling unsure about yourself. How do you keep doing it? How do you keep showing up? You know what I mean?
Right. I think it's finding love for yourself. That was really hard for me. Um, so that's kind of why I isolated, because I would I've always been empathic, so I could sense the way people felt about me. And so I internalized it and would be like, oh, they're thinking this. And it just started like I was drowning in other people's that they weren't even saying to me. It was just my own looking at it that way. So I kind of just had to like, I don't know what you guys see, like, but I need to look at me. And so being brutally honest with myself too,
Yeah.
and looking at even the really yucky parts and being able to say, okay, yep, that's yucky, but I still love you. You know what I mean? And finding a way to do that. And then now I found a way to do that. And now I'm trying to project it out.
Awesome. That's beautiful. I'm so happy that you're doing this. Um, it kind of feels like a coming out party in a lot of different ways too, because you're at this point right now where it's like it looks like a chrysalis or a butterfly emerging from. You don't even know exactly what we get to see yet. We've been living in a world of funny mirrors for far too long, distorted
Oh, yeah.
self-view, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And you're so awesome. I just gotta say, you really are. You're so much fun energy that, you know, I'm happy that you're looking past those words that usually that's actually connected to that parasitical energy that hangs out on our brainstem anyway. Those low self-worth kind of
Yeah.
words,
Mhm.
right? So what kind of practices do you do? Do you do meditations? Do you do um like what do you do to line up your frequency? Like some people just go in the garden. Like when you're having, oh no, I lost her. She'll be back. There she is. That's okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I started gardening. I'm really into plants. There's my rare strawberries.
Ooh.
And here's my friend right here. I grew him. I garden.
I love that.
Mostly plants and animals, and they speak to me. I found like, I don't know, I communicate with the plants and animals. And that's kind of how I can feel myself just totally rebalancing, because I have a lot of energy and I typically can get very muchness.
Yeah.
So gardening, definitely. I'll even like take some of my energy, like hold on to the leaves,
Wow.
and yeah, the plants even more probably than the animals.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. That's actually where I first started to really connect in a meditation kind of state was in the garden too. That's so cool. And how long you been doing that? Did you just started doing that?
Well, it came back. That's one thing when I was in school, like as a kid, the teachers would always say like she's in a cloud, she's somewhere. I don't know where she's at. Now I know where I was. I was happy. I was in meditation. Like, why'd they knock me off of that? But I can like do that anytime. Like I can switch. But
Yeah.
sometimes, like when I was younger, I would switch like not at a good opportunity. I got a good moment. It'll just kind of like, I don't know. It feels like a switch inside of me. or like a balance, like you said, like centering or something.
Yeah.
And it's like I leave my body. It's kind of, maybe I am, I don't know, but I just go somewhere else and it's fully peaceful, and I can call whoever I want, Jesus, whoever. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how I got really close with spirit. I'm so close with spirit. And I would love to share it with a real human, I guess. And
Yeah.
that's talking to you. I'm so used to speaking to spirit, that
I get you.
it's hard. It's almost like I'm translating like into, I don't know, in a weird backwards way. It's like I got so used to that meditative space that this is the more hard part for me right now.
Yeah.
Does that make
Gotcha.
sense? Yeah.
100%. 100%. I find that to be true for me as well. Like, it's the parts that everybody's always telling me I'm brave and strong and all that stuff for, that I'm like, really? Like,
Yeah.
I don't see that. Like, you know, I see people going in and out of Walmart all day long, and I'm like, dude, that's a brave person right there. Like, that is a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I go into
I
panic, a
remember.
little mini panic.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's that overwhelming sense of energy that's coming in, because I think it's because we're so open that we're able to connect so easily with spirit, but then we're also very easily connecting to other people's energy, and they're not always aligned energies. Most people at Walmart
Right.
don't feel that good, like,
Right. Yeah,
right?
I had to learn that a lot of it was their own projections. Like at first I was feeling like attacked, like, oh, but when I realized that, they're not feeling good, these are their own projections and they're projecting it, I feel like maybe I was an easy landing space for people to put their projections on, possibly. And I willingly accepted it. I was like, I'll hold that for you, and
Right.
I did that for a long time.
Choosing to be the receiver. Yeah, I feel like that a lot of us do that. We do. We don't even realize we are, but it's like, because I mean, that shows that you're a natural servant, that you're here for as a service to others orientated individual, which is a beautiful thing. Like, in fact, I think that uh the channelings of Ra, the law of one, that's actually something that they describe in these channelings back whenever this was done. I think it was like the 70s or 60s even. Is that those who they're call evil and good, it's actually service to self or service to others. Service to others would be counted as the good, and like service to self orientated individuals are more like the word people would use. It doesn't even really resonate with me, the word evil, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
and so because you're such a servant that you come in with the desire and drive, and then when you find out that you're surrounded by a bunch of people who are all takers, givers
Yeah.
of the energy, like, take my energy, then
Yeah.
they'll just kind of pile it on, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. Which brings
So I'm
up this
just
other.
learning how to. Sorry.
No,
I'm
you good.
sorry.
I don't ever want to abandon you and make you feel like I don't want to leave you on the spot. So if I'm not sure you got something to say, I jump right back in again. That's my fault. So please go on.
Yeah. I get worried because I typically am. I get muchness, like especially if I get on, a certain thought, or
Go
I'm
ahead.
usually the one cutting off.
Go ahead.
But
Please
yeah,
do.
it took a while for me to be able to, I guess, balance that and put my own needs first. Also, I would just want to put everybody else's needs, and part of it probably was because I loved so much. I remember that as a child that I've always just loved people. I just loved so very much. And I just craved that back from others. And I think like I thought if I give, give or take this, I'll hold that, that would mean, I could earn their love,
Right.
And it took me many years to realize that.
Yeah. And then you have to unteach yourself, unprogram your molecules to from that
Hmm.
way of thinking. And look what you've done.
Yeah.
You made so much progress. Like that's got to be something worth for yourself inside yourself to stop and see. Wow, look what I've done. Right?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Right.
I have a hard time believing it. I mean, I have written up like, you are safe, you are good, like like everything's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a beautiful life.
Someone asked you if you were a Virgo earlier. I think it was
If I'm a Virgo,
Paige. She said there was Virgo energies here, is what she said. I
I'm a
lost it.
Capricorn.
You're Capricorn.
Yeah. Right before Christmas.
Right on. You actually said something that reminds me of my Virgo. Was this always worrying, always concerned about this. She's a Virgo, but we don't have to be invested in even our sign doesn't really tell us who we are. It gives us some clarity and awareness of some of these things. But you showed up. Wow, it's 77 degrees right now. That's actually really warm for this time of year. 77, sorry, synchronicity. You mentioned something that's such a powerful thing is you mentioned a lot of awesome stuff, but one of them was how you allow the plants and the ground around you to give back to you. Like you're like, hang on to the leaf of the plant. And this is a secret superpower most people don't know about. And it's like everybody's to have. I was wondering if you can kind of like tell people, how do you do that?
Well, me personally, when I feel like that energy coming on and I'm praying to God or whatever, they just told me like, you just hold on to them and they'll take it.
Yeah.
Like they'll take some of that nervous energy. I have a pothos that like it formed like a hand, I think, because I was holding it like when I was working at that job cooking. Yeah, I'd be coming in here holding on for dear life on that pothos. Like,
Yeah,
please take it from me.
that's awesome. Visually, that actually it looks like rainbow juice. So I learned this when I was little. I could see energy. It looks like a oil smear on the pavement, kind of like how the rainbow doesn't like they're not like
Yeah.
this, like tie-dye kind of. Anyway, and when you move through the air, it changes it like you're in the water almost. And but the trees, everywhere I've ever lived, there's always been trees lining like the sidewalk. And I was always somebody, even when I had cars and stuff, I would walk. And every one of these leaves that hang down, they want to give it to you. All you got to do is just graze your hand against it softly, and you can see it
Yes.
absorb into your hand and down through. Usually, you lose it somewhere in the elbow where you can't see it going anymore. It's now like it gives it
Wow.
to you. It really, really does, and it wants to.
That is so cool. I feel it. I don't see it, but I feel it.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
How do you speak to them when you're going to kind of receive as a receiver when you kind of approach them, or is there like a internal conversation or open conversation with them at all?
Oh yeah. I learned this when I decided to try gardening. When I got sober, I started gardening and I started with 72 squash plants. I don't know why
Ooh,
I decided to do that many, but that's when I found out I can hear these things because I would go in. I made this little garden and it started freaking me out because it sounded like a bunch of toddlers, like being like, "Oh, you're on me. This one did it," like bitching. I walked out. I'm like, I'm definitely losing it. Maybe some of that alcohol still burning my brain or something. And it took me a while to realize that I was communicating with them. I can feel them. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but
Yeah.
like when we had a storm in this plant out here, like I could hear it yelling for me. And it would, I ran out and stuck a sunflower stick and saved it from the storm. And same
Wow.
with this guy outside, and he got blown down by the storm, and I stuck him in a tea bottle.
All right.
But yeah, I mean that it's a feeling, I guess, but a lot of internal talking,
You
like
transplanted
communication.
you transplanted that sunflower?
Well, it fell out of my pot in the storm, and I stuck it in the Milo's tea.
What I'm saying is that shows something really, only a few people that I've ever met have been able to do that. Most of the sunflowers are very temperamental. I love sunflowers, and they're not known for someone who likes to be transplanted.
I've been growing them. There's one like that's hitting on the top of my house right now. Isn't that
Wow.
cool?
So you're far enough
That's
south
cool.
that you can grow them. Do you have winter at all there?
You know what? We didn't this year, and I think it's because I asked the sun to keep shining for my sunflowers. I seriously
So
did. I'm like, I'll wake up in the morning. I'm like, keep shining. And this year, it's been the hottest winter yet. So who
wow.
knows?
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I was just thinking, we're not really, this is the warmest it's been in a stabilized kind of way so there's no way where I am to grow that kind of stuff yet.
Yeah.
So cool to see. And you said you have one that's
Yeah.
tapping the roof of your house.
Yeah. I planted
Cool.
it like January. Like, yeah, but it's Arizona. It's hot.
That's so funny. I feel like Amanda is my mirror today, says Rose Matter. I can relate with everything she says, sending love. That's cool.
Oh, sending so much love to you.
There's a lot of people who really resonate with you, and I know you're not watching the comments as much, but I just want you to know, and you can go back and read these after we're done too. There's something that got mentioned a couple of times that I kind of want to highlight. It's not quite on our topic though. Is anyone else hearing strange tones or vibes and the vibrations in their ears or vibes in their ears right now? And I know I've been having some weird stuff the past since last night, especially. So are you having anything more like that right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. In fact, I've gotten to where when it starts, I freeze everything and I'm like, oh, who wants to talk? Like, who's here? Like, what's happening? But nothing. It's just odd, like real high pitch. Those, yeah.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah, it's been really weird. Maddie noticed it too. My daughter noticed it too. And she was like, her joke was, if spirit would just let me finish saying this, because she was trying to say something important and she started to get the interruption. But yeah, especially since I think it kind of lined up a little bit actually with when the Schumann started to spike, actually.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
last night at 10
Going
p.m.
crazy. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
Oh, seeing the sun. I watch Stephon Burns also. In fact, I should have worn his pirate shirt I got from him. The sun has been out of control, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. Here, I should show it probably. I'm gonna I'm gonna put up first this is the Schumann. I already shared it earlier, but there wasn't as many people here. Uh, here's the Schumann resonance. The screenshot's probably almost an hour and a half old. It's pretty close to that. But what I was highlighting too is look at these bars here. You see how they're like striped right here on the side, like the way that these are. It's indicative of some huge
Wow.
other kind of energy. That's why I went to look at the sun. Was I was expecting, and then of course here's the throat chakra bar here. I was expecting when I pulled up the image of the sun to see there was right here. We ended up having a solar flare in this spot, but this snaking around sunspot definitely is affecting us. However, I really did expect to see like maybe not a CME, but at least some solar flares, you know what I mean? Because of it.
Yeah. That's scary.
Chef Deb says, I got his 3-eye Atlas shirt.
Oh, nice. He's great.
And oh yeah, isn't she funny? My daughter. The stomach issues for the past couple of days, like a lot of people are having these kinds of things too, and I kind of for just a moment, for anybody who has a variety of different ascension symptoms and stuff like that, the best thing that we can do for ourselves, everything has like the herbs, this kind of herb will help, that kind of herb will help. In particular, parasitical cleansing herbs like wormwood or clove water and things like that. However, what Amanda's been highlighting regarding gardening and stuff is really the top of the tier of what can help you the most, is going out in your garden and being in nature, touching plants, being barefoot in it if you can. I know that I've been known for in the winter times getting a lawn chair and dragging that bad boy up to where a tree is and putting my bare foot on the roots or even the base of the tree, whatever's above the snow, just for the grounding purposes and to kind of help the ionization process of what our body kind of needs right now. And I just find that to be really fascinating that that's what you do so regularly, is you're like the plant master.
I'm about to bury myself to my waist in my garden and wait. Oh, no.
Yeah, sometimes it's all you want. And I actually even have in the laundry room, it's kind of, we have like a sort of I guess it's like a back door, but there's a big old box that I just have a bunch of dirt in for when it's too cold. So I still have a place to play in the dirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll even tell my kids to stick their hands in the dirt. Go stick your hands in the dirt. Yeah.
There's a lot to it. I think that's why people do like, the mud baths and stuff like that. The mud baths really help, right?
I'll have to try that.
Capricorn is the master builder by virtue of daily steps up their mount of choice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. With sunflowers too.
Yeah. There's some different conversation here too about like the ringing, the me and kind of ringing stuff. And I can definitely say that we're expecting to get more of them. I kind of like I also hear dogs and howling and geese honking from the utility plant on the Mississippi, and when we hear different kinds of sounds and stuff like this, a lot of times what it actually is we're actually having a communication with this other energy. And there's a reason why it feels out of alignment, like it doesn't feel all that great. If you're able to send love to it, but not away from you, but just like bubbling yourself up in a bubble of love, and it will affect it, things like that. You can also do that with your plants. I learned how to do that with healing plants. Have you ever tried that?
No. You send love bubbles?
Yeah, well, see, if it's a plant in front of me, I'll actually physically touch it, or at least come close to it. Like that, let's say this is like the stem, and I'll put my
Yeah.
hands like around it, like,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be sending like the area that needs healing, I'll be sending love to it, and you'll kind of visualize that it's because everybody has fiber optics in our body. It looks like uh glowing light juice, and it's just like our blood system, our circulatory system, only it's with light. And the area that needs healing just needs more light. Water flows where light must glow. And so, in order to allow for the healing to happen, to amplify that by your intention, we all have a healing hand. We have the chakras that go through all the way down to our wrist, and they expand out. And those chakras line up when our intention is present. And so, what you're doing is you're like static electricity, visually speaking.
Like
You
Reiki?
visualize those pardon me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said like Reiki? Like Reiki?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's just moving that energy up and down the area that needs healing. Right?
Oh,
It's
heck.
just like until it's unclogged. It's like it visually looks kind of like a dam. A beaver had dammed part of the river, and then everything's kind of bottlenecking there and getting kind of. So what you're doing is you're sending the energy back and forth in that area until the flow can then finally take back off again. It
Oh,
actually works.
I'm gonna try that in my
Yeah.
garden.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's really fun. And the words too. Like I'm sure you've been doing the talking. Like
Mhm.
talking to your plants, they really do respond to that.
Oh,
They
I
love it.
sing.
And your voice of any kind, singing.
Yeah, I sing
You
Arcturian
said the
songs.
same thing, the same.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Good.
I'm I said I sing Arcturian songs to my plants. Like
Right on.
you know, something.
That's awesome. That's so cool that you do that. We both said singing the same time. I don't know if
Oh,
you know this. I want to let you know. On my end, when I speak, I mute you. By me speaking, it mutes your device just a little bit. And so that's why it's been like this. And so I'm not normally like that mean person that wants to talk over somebody all the time. My apologies.
good. I'm worried about doing that to you, but you're saying yours does it to us, right?
Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
not to do it.
Oh, yeah. God.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you sing to it and you give it that, then it becomes more aligned to your frequency. And this is the coolest part, I think, is that it is healed fully. It's aligned to you. Now it's your friend, or maybe even more aligned with like what you would call family. Like it counts itself in the loyalty line of your family. And now it's got a better idea of what will most benefit you. So if it's a pollinating flower, the pollen that will come off of it will help you better. If it's something that you're going to consume, it will start to grow the minerals and draw the minerals and the certain kind of vitamins that you require up from the soil so it can give it to you. Like that's why a lot of farmers will put the seeds in their mouth to coat it with their DNA,
I do that.
right? How long you been doing that?
Spirit told me throw them in your mouth. I was planting them, and Spirit was like, throw them in your mouth. And I threw them in my mouth and spit them in the dirt. And I got a 5-headed
Awesome.
sunflower.
A 5-headed one.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fun.
Picture.
Okay, I would love that.
I'm like, yeah, of course. My DNA would make a 5-headed sunflower.
I kept picking I think it was 5-headed dandelion in the last place that I lived. And I just this one spot where I'd go meditate. Now it wasn't just the head though, like the stem was thick and flat. Like it was like a whole bunch of them together. And it was where I meditated. Everybody used to say, oh, there's some toxic stuff going on over there, and I would think that's where I meditate. Like that's I feel like instead it was actually giving it the ability to grow more, right?
Definitely. Yeah, like so much growth hormone.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been on for an hour, so we should probably wrap it up. Even though I want to keep talking to you, I think that this was so much fun. I want you to come back too. I'm not going
I
to
would,
hang up on you when we're done, though. What was that?
okay.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk too much. I said I had so much fun and I want to come back too.
Good. I want you to. And the reason I keep stopping and wanting to hear because I really want to hear what you have to say. And so it's okay, to jump in and chime in. And um, before we go, I would like to highlight what Vanya's talking about. She's got some stuff going on. She's feeling low today and sad and a lot of stuff going on with her pets. And so anyone listening in right now and if you would join me with the intention of sending love and balance and healing frequencies for Vanya, I would really appreciate that. She is a lovely soul that is a sister to me. So thank you all for anyone who participates in sending that love.
Yeah.
We love you, sister. And wow, thank you so much for this great conversation. I feel we did barely touched anything, but we got a lot more to talk about. So at some point, if you feel like it, I want you to know I really mean it. I would love for you to join us on the show again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Same.
Thank you. And this is a little personal note. I just got to say, I want to say at the end here is for anyone who is in alignment with it, I have a GoFundMe going on that my beautiful sister Layla Wind made for me to help restore the use of our vehicle so we could be back on the road again. It's kind of hard being, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, meaning that we're away from everybody that we knew before and without working wheels. And so if you do have a moment and just doesn't require much, if you want to donate it, the link for that is in the description of this video, and I would appreciate anything. Though if it causes you to put yourself out in any way, that's not what I'm asking for here. So I just want to say that. But thank you so much for this amazing conversation. And is there anything you'd like to say before we close today?
Just thank you, Mila, for the years. I mean, that you've been there for me. I feel like I'm truly speaking with a friend that I've had for a long time. And I thank you for all that you do. And yeah, thank you. And I want to come back.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, you put me to tears a little bit. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I am so happy to find that my intention is true. Like what the goal is for this show has been effective. That means more to me than I know have words for. So thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you everybody for joining today. And if you are interested in joining our Zoom meeting later on today, that will start in a little less than 2 hours. You can find the link for that in the community section of the YouTube channel, as well as on our Telegram group. If you want to be a part of the Telegram group, it's free. And that link is also in the description of this video. Thank you so much for joining, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.
You